What's good, Say Less Empire? I'm back with another video. This is a random video because the video I plan to drop for y'all today, it won't upload. It won't upload, and I am back in that mode where I will give y'all a video every Saturday for this month of October. And moving forward, just giving y'all more content. So we are going to talk about the Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert trade. I know it's been a week. Has it been a week? It's been like roughly a week since it happened. So I'm gonna just give y'all my reactions. And now that it's been digested, I have a totally different opinion on what I would have gave y'all once it happened immediately. So if y'all don't know the trade, it's Karl Anthony Towns Karl Anthony Towns to the Knicks for Dante DiVincenzo, what's his name? Julius Randle, and I can't remember the random player at the end, but yeah. So 2 pieces for one. And initially, my initial thoughts was like, why? It didn't make sense to like why either team would make this trade. They're both coming off great years, and the Timberwolves took a huge step, and all I felt like they just needed to run it back. They just needed to run it back one more time. As for the Knicks, they were great. They were one game away from the Eastern Conference Finals. All they had to do was play their players just a little less minutes. So, and they added McHale, the Villanova Knicks. Like, at first I was like, why? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for me. Y'all didn't need to make this deal. And it looked like a lose-lose initially. But now that it's been a week, I had time to think on it, and I was thinking about it a little before this. So that's what made me make this video. So, now that I think about it, I want to think about it from, let's start with the Knicks perspective. The Knicks, I know that it comes down to money, but I ain't really gonna talk about the money, how Cat got a supermax contract and all the luxury tax. We ain't gonna talk about that. Cause I don't really do luxury tax like that. We're just gonna talk about how I feel from the players' perspectives, and not really from the players, but from different perspectives. So for the Knicks, like I said, they was fresh off an elite run. And they added McHale. That's where I was at. They added McHale with Julius Randle coming back. It looked like Julius Randle was going to be the 5, which probably would have been the problem and probably what led to the trade, because they need another big man with Mitchell Robinson being gone. So I was thinking Julius Randle they would probably have to add a bid at the end, but Julius Randle coming back, what he did with the Knicks was legendary. I don't remember the exact year, but his Knicks run was legendary. I'm pretty sure he won Most Improved, got them to the playoffs. I know they got disappointed both times they made it to the playoffs. Recently to the Cavs with Julius Randle, and playoff Julius Randle is a little suspect. So, but with Brunson, they could have been dangerous. I felt like Julius Randle could have been dangerous and made some noise with McHale, DiVincenzo, real shooters around, and OG Anunoby play defense. But that's all that for how I feel about that. I feel like they could have been same spots, Eastern Conference Finals. Man, I feel like they about the same now. Now that they have Cat, now that they had Cat, I feel like with Cat they're probably at the same spot. It just brings a bigger, not really a bigger role, but a bigger player, less versatile player, because I feel like a healthy Julius Randle is better than what Karl Anthony Towns has been showing through. Honestly, how I feel about Karl Anthony Towns, I feel like Karl Anthony Towns hasn't been dominant, or as dominant as he should be. He settles a lot to be the big shooter or stretch big more than being the back to the basket big that he can be. So hopefully him in this full-time center role, back to his full-time center role, which I love, which could bring out the dog and Cat, bring out the early Timberwolves Karl Anthony Towns days when he was with KG, and after KG when he was back to the basket, showing off the footwork, with his Kentucky days when he was one of the best back to the basket bigs, and arguably, or his early years in the NBA when he was one of the best bigs in the league. Like, he was in the top 3, top 5 conversation year after year after year before he started shooting more and more 3-pointers that ultimately led him to be, man, being labeled soft. And a lot of people call Karl-Anthony Towns soft, and I feel like this could bring out that dog back in, which I would love to see. I'm not gonna lie, I've been asking for Cat to be traded from the Timberwolves since Anthony Edwards has got there. So that's brings me to the Timberwolves. It's a great move. I don't know if Julius Randle is the right player, but it could be. If it's a healthy Julius Randle, it could be very dangerous. It could be very dangerous because, like I said before, I feel like Julius Randle is better. I feel like Julius Randle is more versatile. He doesn't shoot the ball as well, but I feel like he gets to the rim. He's a bully. Rebounding is probably, but you don't have to worry about that because you're playing the floor. You have Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert, Defensive Player of the Year, makes up for the lack of defense that Julius Randle brings. So I feel like it might be a great fit if Julius Randle is healthy. If you get a healthy Julius Randle where he can thrive being a second option behind Anthony Edwards, because we already know AE is that guy. He's going to make his leap into the top 5 and be one of the MVP candidates. So as long as Julius Randle could come in and be his normal self, which is 20, 22, 23, and 8 or 6 assists, whatever his numbers may be, if he can get around that same average, they could be very dangerous, and ultimately he could get more by passing the ball because he's like a lot better. He's a way better playmaker than what Cat is. Cat is mostly a scorer and rebounder for real. His, like I said, his playmaking. I mean, not his post is not what it used to be. So I'm excited to see what he do in New York as a post playmaker. I mean, as a post scorer and dominating the paint. So I don't know. That's how I feel for the most part. Honestly, I'm not sure who DiVincenzo is going to be lethal because DiVincenzo is a dog. I know there were reports saying DiVincenzo was a little worried about his role and he didn't really want to come off the bench for like with the new Nova Knicks or whatever. So DiVincenzo's a dog. It doesn't matter. The two-way, he's just a dog. He's been a bucket since he was in Golden State. So DiVincenzo has dog. Julius Randle is a dog and is a dog. I think the Timberwolves ultimately might end up winning this trade. And I'm excited to see both. Honestly, I have a new excitement towards Cat just to see because he had a rough playoff. He had a rough playoffs. But I'm excited to see how his game can evolve with Jalen Brunson. You know, because I feel like he was more worried about being the alpha for the Timberwolves and not really wanting to take in that back seat for Ant, which is fine. You were there first. You were the number 1 pick. You won Rookie of the Year. But AE was just clearly better from day one. So the Timberwolves made the right move. I think it's going to be interesting to see Ju. And I've been a Julius Randle fan since he was a Laker, so I got a lot of Julius Randle history, and I'm excited for the NBA season to come back. So y'all let me know if you made it to this end. Go ahead and drop a wolf emoji in the chat, and let me know if y'all want to see more sit down videos like this of just me chopping it up with my take. So that's it for this video. I'll see y'all on the next one.